Have you ever noticed that some of the nicest people suffer the most? The ones who always smile, the ones who are always ready to help. But if you look a little closer, if you really pay attention, you can see the exhaustion in their eyes. You may sense something unsettling, something deeper, even something darker. Many of us are taught that being liked is more important than being honest, but it has a shadow that is ignored. If we didn't see it, it could be changed against us. It starts in childhood. We are praised for being quiet, agreeable, and easy to manage. Slowly, we learn that approval feels safer than honesty. And slowly it becomes survival. Every time they say yes when they mean no, they send a message: my needs matter less than yours. To be nice, it's a mask ruining him. Think about people who are endlessly kind. They will listen you closely. They will borrow money that they don't have. They will sacrifice their own half just to feel you okay. This may look admirable, even saintly. But if you have been that kind of person, played that role, you will know behind every sacrifice, behind every act of kindness, there is resentment. A question you whispers, what about me? But that often stay quiet, because to be nice has unspoken rule that don't want to put your name first. Because when you receive approval or avoid conflict, our brain releases dopamine. This creates a biochemical reward loop. Being nice feels temporarily satisfying, but over the time it becomes self-reinforcing your needs for temporary relief. Therefore you sacrifice your half of your life just for comfort. Psychologists have studied this phenomenon, and it has a name: compassion fatigue. It describes what happens when someone gives so much of their sympathy, so much of their care, that eventually run dry. Health workers experience it. Teachers experience it. Even parents and politicians experience it. But it's not only about profession. The researcher shows many people who show their kindness and agreeable never rise to the top. Thinking about your friend, it is someone that you could see a person as someone's boss, who gives orders that are must follow. As Machiavelli says, a prince who wants to keep his authority must learn how to not be good, and use that knowledge, or refrain from using it, as necessary as requires. Kindness without boundaries is not kindness at all. It becomes a subtle destruction. It is like watering every trees in the garden expect you own roots. Eventually the gardener collapses, an entire garden withers with them. But here's the more uncomfortable truth. Sometimes kindness becomes itself a weapon. Here I don't mean the obvious way, like someone pretending to be nice to manipulate someone. I mean quieter and more unconscious way. When you appear yourself as kind, people will exploit you without seeing your true strength. They will start to expect it. They will shape their behavior around it. And without realizing you will teach people your needs are secondary, that your feelings are negotiable. Over the time, people stop asking what you want, because people assume you always adjust to them. This creates a paradox. The more kinder you are, the more invisible you would become. And invisibility is not happiness. It's loneliness, stressed. Now, none of this means that kindness is the bad. Far from it. Kindness is one of the most beautiful forces in the world. But there's a difference between kindness that flows from profusion and kindness that bleeds from emptiness. One heals. The others erodes. One comes from love. One comes from fears. Let's look at some facts in study published in the journal Personality and Social Psychology. Researchers found that people who struggles to say no, often those identity as a kind and agreeable, are significantly more likely to collapse. Another study out the University of Berkeley showed that altruistic behavior increases being well, but only when it's optional and authentic. When kindness is performed without guilt, obligation, and fear, it has opposite effect. actually reducing happiness and increasing stress. And yet so many of us trapped in this cycle. We don't want to make someone tense, so we keep saying yes. We don't want to appear as selfish, so we keep giving. We don't want to lose love, so we keep sacrificing. But the kind of this endless kindness is enormous. Slowly you begin to lose yourself. You don't even know what you want anymore. What is your goal? What is your intention? You just run after people because your entire identity has been made for serving others on autopilots. You become a stranger in your own body. You never conceal your intention. Just think about it. How many times you have spoken too much for appearing someone honesty. Think about that a wrong person you have trusted, revealing your secret that turned against you. How many times you have given explanation that no one asked for, just to justify yourself, to whom it doesn't mean, who doesn't deserves. If you always say what you think without filter, people will ignore you if you always share your intention. People will crush you if you always share your intention. If someone play on you and you leave him, if someone steal your credit and you ignore that, if someone joking on you and you just smile, people will assume you weak. But if you make yourself a book that is being hard to read, being a person that no one can destroy, a person who always asks a question about his work, crushes that person that played on you, people will respect you. Kindness doesn't mean to be weak, as in a group, or honest in the group. Here is the another truth. The more honest you are, the more predictable you become. And the more predictable you become, the more readable you are. And the more readable you are, the more people will destroy your life. There are two kinds of people in the world. The people who use it, and the people who used by. Don't become a product that only can be valuable when it's need. Don't become a easy and readable, that every can read it. Be unpredictable. Be self-aware. Now you know how the game board works. But here is the question comes. Are you going to apply? Or going back to return to ignorance? Because the difference between who dominates and who left behind, it's not knowledge, it's action.